Okay, I'm back. Had to go get my charger for my phone because I accidentally left it home. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit longer of a live for today. I don't have it set up to where I can do video editing and all that as of yet. I gotta get me my software on my computer at home, and I gotta get my camera set up so I can do that. But for now, I'm using my phone. I got recently at a yard sale this. It's a mount that allows you to go hands-free in your car, and the clamp just slides into the slot on your CD player, and you flip a lever and it locks it in. But it uses a magnet that attaches to a steel plate on the back of your phone, and I set that up and just used it as a stand. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so what I'm doing here behind right now on the camera stuff is I had pre-bent this piece of pipe here. God, it's been almost 2 weeks now. It's just been sitting here waiting on me to get back on it. But I had to bring the conduit over towards the wall first, and I did 245s and then had to trim it up a little bit and so on. Probably have to trim it a little more, we'll see. But I wanted to let y'all see what I go through. For cutting my EMT tubing, 4-inch grinder, it's a diamond cutoff wheel, but it's designed for cutting metal. I use that, and I forgot I gotta go grab it. I gotta get my drill. I have my slightly messed up drill with a big, like 1.25 inch drill bit in it. And I use that for deburring the inside of my pieces of conduit when I cut them. So let me go grab that right quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, what's going on here is this is the drill I'm using. It's my old Ryobi cordless, not even a year old, and I've already had an issue with it. I'm going to do a separate video on it, and I'm going to send the link to Ryobi on that video. But I was using a smaller bit, I think it was a 5/8 bit, and drilling through wood. And when I went to pull it back to clear the shavings, it just separated. So, yeah, I'm not happy. But it'll work for what I need. Okay, now, mark this conduit for my next cut. This is the hardest part. But now, nice thing is, I can take the fitting loose and just have to worry about that. Now, as you can see, if you look closely, that's my mark. I'll cut it just a little bit longer than that mark calls for. One of my tenants is out here visiting with one of their guests, which ain't a bad deal, but may have to cut the video short for a minute while he's out here, because he may stay out here and smoke and want to talk, which I don't feel like doing. Noise alert. Now I like using this diamond cutoff blade because it's steel and it doesn't shatter if it binds up in the conduit you're cutting or whatever you're cutting. It's actually a very good blade. It might bend it a little bit, but you can take your pliers or a wrench or something and straighten that back out. But now that I've cut that, you'll see it's got a burr on the inside and kind of looks funny. So I just take my drill. Now it's gone. Not a big deal. Sometimes I'll see a little bit of a burr, but not bad. And usually if there is a slight burr, I just do this. Stick it in the pliers and roll it around a little bit and it takes the burrs off. No more burrs. So, almost looks like it might be too far out, a little too long, but we'll see. I'm supposed to be using these watertight connections on here. That's what these are. Now, before I do this, I'm going to show you the watertight connection because it will make it so you can helps keep the rainwater out of there. So what it is, got the plastic coupling inside there, a little compression ring inside the nut that slides over the conduit, and then your nut. And the combination of the three seals the conduit and keeps everything nice and dry in there. For what I'm doing, I have to keep the cables as dry as possible. So, and there we go. Okay, that came out pretty good. I'm pleasantly happy. Okay, now put me an anchor or two right here in the corner. I think you can see where I'm pointing at, and that will secure that. Okay, there's that. Now on these watertight fittings, usually the nut is a blue color, but for whatever reason on these, they're not given the blue color. Where'd I put my drill? Did I not bring that thing out here? For Christ's sake. Where did I put it up here? Okay, there it is. I thought I had brought it with. Now, a while back I had to do some, run some electrical conduit for a electric gate opener, and when I did, I got me a big tub of these 2-hole clamps for the conduit. So that's what I'm going to use here And it'll give me more strength, and if I just put two of them close together, it'll support that plenty for what I've got to deal with. But one second, I gotta fix where that decided to come apart because I didn't tighten them down yet. It's one of the pains of dealing with this stuff. You don't tighten the nuts down right away, all the way. It'll there we go. That one's done now. This right. So, now, this is always a pain in the tail end doing this stuff, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, come on. Okay, this tip ain't long enough. Now, I have this funny looking, it's a Dixon Reach marker, long tip for getting into small holes like that where you can't get right up there. But they only last so long, so I try not to use it if I don't have to, and I just use a regular Sharpie because they hold up a lot longer. But unfortunately for that one, I guess see, how long have I had that marker? About a year now, maybe a year and a half. I've had several of them, but I had somebody break into my van where I had a used one and a new one, and they took both of them. It was like, really? Okay. Not exactly the best way to be doing this, but it's what I've got. And that tip gets very hot drilling these holes. Okay, I got one anchor right there. I have to go get it. And I hate when I do that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Take that back all out for a second. Oh, I'll have to put it back on and use the extension to get up there. Okay, there's the rest of the bag or box of them. Oh. Now, I have been doing too much work, and because of that I'm kind of tired, but once I get this done, all the conduit on this and the cables ran and everything, I'll be able to slow down. I am going to have the boss go ahead and pick me up another 1,000-foot roll of this cable I'm running for this stuff, because I've got to replace the other cameras, and it's 1,000 feet for like $80 or $90, shipping included. And I did a run of cable for one of my cameras over there at another building because it had quit, the camera quit working suddenly. Oh, okay, well, we're going to use a different camera anyway. We're going to use a pan tilt zoom camera, but that didn't work because of the cable. So when I had run the new cable. That fixed the problem. It works great now. I gotta adjust the zoom, and is it the zoom I've got to adjust? Or is it the focus? I think I gotta adjust the focus on it. But it works pretty decent, and I can actually access that camera remotely, which is a nice thing. Now, as you can tell, that's up there. Now, only a couple of the tenants that live here have access to the backside of this property. They would have to climb over the fence to get in. Now, it's not a case of we don't want the tenants having access to back here, but it's just a case of we have to keep the property secure because we have the homeless people want to come back here and sleep, and then we have the ones that want to come back here walking down the street, decide they gotta go to the bathroom, and they'll actually come back here and use the bathroom. And we also have hookers in the area, and they will take their johns back here with them. So since that was locked years ago before we bought the building, it's been locked, and we've had 2 new tenants move in and they didn't get a key to it. No need to give them a key. If they ask for it, well, the lease doesn't say they can have it, they have to have it or anything. It's not included in the lease, so it's optional for us. If we want to be nice and the tenant wants to have a barbecue and they contact us and ask, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and let you back there, we'll go ahead and let them in. And the deal is they have to lock them when they get done. But yeah. So now comes the fun part. As y'all can see, I have finished doing that part, so now I gotta go up on the roof. I'm gonna take y'all off this mount. Sorry about that. This is the mount I was talking about. Just slides in your CD player, and then you flip the lever down and it locks it in, supposedly. It's not the best setup, but it works. Try and do this blind. Let me see if I can reverse the camera now. Okay, there we go. Anyway, that there will be turned to meet the wall some. It'll probably be, I don't know if y'all can see it or not. See if I can flip it over. Okay, there we go. Now I can get closer. It'll be about like that, and straight up and down, and it will catch the wall. And then the conduit that's in it will be turned or bent slightly to go straight. And then I'll just put a 90 on there, or bend a 90 maybe, I don't know, and go up the wall. We'll see what we got. But let me take you with, and we'll go over here and dig through my stash of fittings. It's been a long day already. I haven't done much work today. Woke up this morning. Okay, lost my internet connection for a minute. I'm going to try and go back to Wi-Fi. So if I lose you for a second, be patient. Is it going to connect? Okay, there we go. We're back on. Okay. Didn't get a 90 apparently in the 3/4 inch size. But I'm going to show you something. This is one of the cameras we've got previously. Now, it's got a decent sized base, but the new okay. I got distracted. I had a friend of mine tell me that my live stream went offline, but it's back on. So anyway, yeah, pain in the behind here. I'll just have to bend me a custom 90. Let's see, what was this here? Okay, these are infrared LEDs in this. I'll have to show you that. I think I already did a video on it. Here's the new security cameras. Let's see, do I have my knife on me? Cut that tape. The new ones are kind of, they're very similar on this. I'm showing them online, but according to, okay, says I'm offline still. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here and restart.